Hi there. Hey. What's up? There we go. Let's get some better lighting. Hi. How are you? Welcome to my Periscope. My name's Alisha. I'm a wellness coach and yoga teacher, founder and CEO of alishasappetite.com, and I primarily work with women who are struggling to find that missing link in their life and are feeling constantly overwhelmed, stressed, and just not fulfilled. And I help them to create a life that fulfills them from the inside out. And yeah, let's get started. Thanks for joining me. If you're watching a rebroadcast, like always, you can just tap the screen and give me some hearts. And if you're here with me live, welcome. So today, I'm here every day at 1:08 p.m. Eastern, and you can follow me and join me every day. But for today, I really want to talk to you about why you might feel like there's something missing in your life and why you are constantly trying to find that missing link and feel like there's just like never enough, and kind of having that like mentality and attitude of when this happens, then I'll be happy. When I get that job, I'll be happy, right? When I get that house, I'll be happy. When I get that pair of jeans, I'll be happy. It's always like the when, lack of contentment for what you have right now. And I see this so often in my clients, and I know when it's happening because this used to be me for sure. I used to struggle with just constant being in my head so much and thinking that things will just be different if I could have this job, right? Thinking that things would be so different once I become a yoga teacher, once I, make it to the weekend or whatever. But after like so long of that, I just realized that I don't want to live my life that way, one. And two, I need to do something like different and change the way I think about my life and what I really want and what I really need to find contentment right now, to find fulfillment in my life right now, not when all of this stuff will happen. Because, hi Paris, because when we do that, you're just not even living your life. You're not really living, you're just kind of waiting for the next thing to happen, and before you know it, your life is just passing you by and you're not really being fully present. So like I was saying, I see this all the time in my clients. It's, focusing on everything that's going wrong in their lives. All you're doing is creating more of that, right? So what you focus on grows. So if you're focusing on, for example, when I was unemployed for 6 months, all I could do was think about how much it sucked to be unemployed all day, every day. Didn't matter that I was like a newlywed and I was, enjoying that time as a newlywed. I just got my dog. I couldn't really be fully present in that because all I was doing was focusing on what I didn't have in my life, which was a job, even though I had everything I needed, right? I had a home, I had a place to live, I had food, I had love, I had everything I needed. But yet I was so focused on what I didn't have. So what did that do? That created more of this not having a job, really, because it took 6 months. So it took me forever. And I know looking back that I could really have lessened that, and I could have shortened that simply by focusing on the good in my life, because I'd done that before. So if you are struggling with like waiting for something to happen in your life and thinking that your life will change so much once you get this certain thing, then I really strongly encourage you to look at what it is you're focusing on in your life. Where are you putting your thoughts and your energy towards? Like, we only have so much energy capacity per day, right? And I actually just recently heard that 90% of our thoughts are the same thoughts from the day before, like subconsciously. That's a lot? So if you're thinking like 90% of the same thing that you did yesterday, and 80% of those 90 are like negative, we have a lot of stuff going on in our heads. And again, when you're focusing on something that you don't have, you're just bringing more of that into your life. So what do you do differently, you ask? Hey Wendy, thanks for making and joining. So glad you're here. So what can we do differently? Well, as someone who is extremely into positive psychology and just positivity in general and the strategy that I do with all my clients, do the opposite. So instead of focusing on all of the crap that isn't going well, you have to train yourself to focus on what is going well. Because again, if what you focus on grows, if you can focus on the things that are going well in your life, even if you might not feel like there's a lot, I'll teach you what to do in a second, you can create more of that. Okay? That's so important. What you focus on grows. So if you know that negatively, if you're focusing on the shit in your life, you're going to bring more. But the good news is you can do the opposite and focus on the good in your life and bring more of that in, right? Like finds like. Negative finds negativity, positive finds positivity. So this isn't something that just happens overnight, right? You have to train yourself to do it. And the way that I found best for myself and all of my clients, this has personally changed my life, is writing a gratitude journal. Okay? And hear me out before you say, oh God, I don't want to write in a journal at all. Hear me out first. So when we could say like, oh no, I'm just going to start thinking differently and thinking about things. I'll just think about what I'm grateful for that day. Give me hearts if you ever done that before. But what you're doing when you do that is you're not being fully conscious of it. And a lot of times we don't even really know what it is we're thinking until we write it down. So once we write something down and then you take a step back and look at what you just read, it's almost like you're seeing yourself for the first time because you're seeing what you wrote as like an outsider. And it opens up your eyes to new possibilities. Okay? That's one really important thing. So important to write this down. Hits home more and soaks in. Yes. Yes. Thank you for saying that, Wendy. You're right. It's so important. And it hits home so much more because, too, when you think about it, you can just have a quick thought and then you're done. Right? But when you write it down, that takes more time and it takes more effort and you're much more committed to it because you're writing it, right? You're actively doing something. So it's forcing you to put your thoughts all on that thing that you're writing down. Okay? So yes, writing down, having this gratitude journal is really important. And this is just one step to start to train you to change the negative thoughts in your mind and to start to look at all the good that you have. So totally does make a difference. Dive deeper into the thought too. Yes, writing is processing. Yes, you guys are getting it. You totally get it. I love this. Susan and Felicia, you guys, yes, for sure. And so there's a couple ways that you can do this that I like to do it. So writing this gratitude journal before bed is really helpful. And instead of, so the more vague you are, the less you're going to get out of it, right? The more specific you can be, the more powerful of an exercise it is. So, for example, I'll just use me for an example and maybe you can relate to this. I could write down, I'm really grateful for my husband, which, yeah, that's great. But if I were to write down, I'm so grateful that my husband came home early from work to let the dog out, and then he made dinner for me and cleaned the dishes when I had a lot of work to do last night. Do you see the difference? Like that, you connect to that on such a deeper level. And once you start to look at the things that's like something that I could focus on that's going really well, that I'm really truly and grateful for, then you start to see more of that throughout your day, right? So that's a really important strategy to do. So when you are writing a gratitude journal, which I know you've heard it before, take it a step further and instead of just writing like a few generic things, maybe just write down 3 things that you can be as specific as possible that happened that day. So sometimes I'll have clients who just feel really stuck and not sure like what to write. And with that, I say write down something that you're grateful for that had happened that day. So then you're almost like retracting like your day. So I know recently when I've been writing my journal at night, I like to start at the beginning of my day because I'm almost always write down that I'm grateful for spending a few moments like enjoying my coffee and sitting with my dog. because it's just like my quiet time in the morning before I start on the hustle. And what that does is that will bring you back to the beginning of your day, and then you'll almost, without even really trying, just go through your whole day. And not just go through the whole day of everything that was crappy, but everything that went well that day, even if it was a crappy day. And by the end, you're like, oh my God, that was actually a really amazing day. That was such a good day. I can't even, if I wouldn't have written this down or taken the time to like think back and contemplate about my day, it wouldn't have been nearly as impactful. I actually just had this conversation with my hubby a few days ago. I had this really long day, I had a lot of stuff going on, and I went to write in my journal that night, in my gratitude journal, and once I finished, I like turned to him, I was like, okay, I thought that this day wasn't that great, and it was just like an okay day, but I just feel so, silly that I was thinking that, because it was actually a really amazing day. I had like 7 like really awesome things that just happened. And by doing that, when I woke up the next day, I felt even better about myself, because it's opening up your mind to the possibility of looking at things that are going well in your life. So that's what I have today. Try this out. Maybe you are already writing in a gratitude journal. Maybe you want nothing to do with the journal. Try it out. See what happens. And if you are writing a gratitude journal, try making it more specific for yourself and writing down why you're grateful for the thing that you're writing down in your journal, and or things that had happened in that day that you're grateful for and why you're grateful that that had happened to you. So I hope that this inspired you to create a life that's more fulfilling for yourself inside and out. If you like this, which if you're still here, I think that you did, then head to my website and you can sign up for my free wellness challenge, and I give you 7 really amazing tools just like this. This is actually one of the days on how to create a more fulfilling life that you can feel more connected to yourself and find more happiness and just fulfillment, you know? So it's a video series. It's free. So sign up. Come hang out. And come join my private Facebook community. It's called the Wellness Connection Tribe. I know that there are a few people watching right now who are in the tribe. Give me some hearts if you're there. We're really starting to bump up the group, and it's going to be really awesome. I'm really excited for it. I hope you are too. Well, guys, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If not, have a great, wonderful, beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, Wendy. You too. Thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, Wendy in person, and everyone else. I'll see you tomorrow on Periscope. Okay? All right, guys. See you later. Bye.